Welcome to Food Shrinks.
I'm Molly Carmel.
I'm Clarissa Kennedy.
And I'm Molly Paintshaw.
We're your food shrinks. We are three eating disorder and addiction therapists. We walk the walk, we talk the talk. We're real life friends, and we are here sharing the kinds of honest, funny, and unfiltered conversations we have when no one's recording. Except today, we're recording. And it is a big news, bittersweet
Yeah.
53rd, is that right, MP?
54 this would be.
54. Yep.
54th episode of Food Shrinks. And this, my friends, will be our final episode.
And we're all feeling really sad, but we're also grateful for the time we got to spend together and for the time we got to spend with you.
Yeah.
So we want to, as we do here on Food Shrinks, we kind of want to show you what it is to end a relationship. In a healthy way, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're still friends. And so, you know, do either one of you guys want to talk about our decision-making process?
Yeah, I think we communicated pretty clearly about kind of upfront what was coming up for us, what that looked like. We kind of left it open to decide, do we want to wrap it up now? Do we want to wrap it at the end of the season at like 2025 and kind of all put our input into what that might look like. And we just kind of landed on the fact that this actually works really well for us to close right now, to kind of, again, like allow us to jump into some of these new things that we're starting with the energy they deserve. And if we tried to continue to do this on top of all the things that we were still doing just to make it to 2025, that it probably we wouldn't have been able to show up as authentic and joyful and like as I think like, excited about the show. Because it's like staying in that relationship too long when you know you should have left earlier.
Mm, that makes me want to barf in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually so true. I'm so reminded of two things, right? When we're saying yes to something, we're saying no to something else, right? I believe that.
Mhm.
And the other thing I really, really believe, and I think that this might just rip everyone's guts listening, which is you can do it all, but you cannot do it all well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it sounds like, at least in my experience, like Molly and Clarissa are so excited about their 2025 plan. A 2026 plan. I'm
Yeah.
so
2026.
excited about my 2026 plan. I just want to say, since this is a true show, you guys are a bit braver than me because I don't know that I think I might have run myself ragged trying to finish this. And I want to really thank you guys because you were I don't do breakups. I'm learning a lot about myself through this. I'd be like, no, I can do it. Like I can make it. Like it's only a couple hours a week. Like blah 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 blah. And you guys were like, no, and it's just been a really, as always with you guys in our friendship, just really healthy. I feel like I shed some parts of myself with this, some parts that needed to grow and fall off. And I just want to thank you, I guess, for, well, a lot of things, but for that.
And it's so challenging too, right? Because we went into this, but we didn't really have a plan for like how long this is
Yeah.
going and like what we were going to do. And you don't really always go future oriented, right? Especially when we all have so much going on. It does get into a bit, survival. It's like these are the topics we're doing next week. And like, okay, we're going to grow the show, but like we didn't even really have too much time and effort to put into that. And it's like this was just kind of this perfect kind of amount of time that we got to spend together. And it's not like a breakup, right? It's like we're just going to put this on pause for now and we'll see like what comes up in the future for us.
Yeah.
That's so true going into like all friendships, relationships, is you have this idea is like, oh, is this going to be forever? But nothing is usually forever.
No, they say that thing there's a season and like, I mean, it makes me, I'm probably going to cry like 18 times in the show, but like, I don't know, like, it's been a beautiful year for me with you guys. Like, I have loved this. And like, can we go into this part?
Yeah, go
We're just
into
being,
what,
we're just
yeah,
riveting.
it's
But
our
like,
show. We get to do what we want.
but I was really thinking, because I was talking to a client about listening to the show, and she was having a really hard time. And I was like, oh, you need to go listen to the first episodes of Food Shrinks. Like, I was having the hardest time. Remember, I was like in like I was like in a relapse, like
Yeah.
moving. And I think this anchor of sitting with you guys and bringing the kind of integrity you bring to the show, like, and just being truthful and just being real and it being so painful. Cause I like a more refined truth, like a more like power pointed truth. And I feel like Clarissa, you'd be like, no, like we got to say the thing, we got to do the thing. And I was like,
Uh,
okay. And I have really like the show is like, and my friendships with you guys have just like, this is what real friendship is like, right? It really helps your growth curve and helps to like, I feel better for this. And like, I'm so glad you guys made a call on that, because I'm so glad we're not going to get into this. Like we did a little bit into
mhm,
this, like frazzled, like I need to cancel, like, like that we're just going to
mhm.
end it like in this really beautiful space. Like, I don't know if all you listening, like this is brand new stuff, this is brand new stuff.
Instead of doing it the old way, right?
Right. Like, oh, I can't do this anymore. And what are we going to, it's like, no, we're just like, it's really good. And we're going to end it really good. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. It's been a fun, for me, it's been a fun passion project. It's been a space that I can come and sit with like-minded people and get to talk about, like you were saying, Molly, like the harder things and just like have that platform to just share real and raw and honesty in a way that we don't have clients sitting in front of us. They're probably listening to this and they have, and that's fine, but it's totally different than when you're like in front of a group of, clients and you're trying to facilitate a group or your one-on-one, whatever it might be. This has really been a beautiful opportunity to just kind of get to say like, here's what's going on and here's what I really think about it. And like, here's my educated intuition and here's what I know and all of those things. And it's been a really special space and time to be able to do that because I mean, I don't know about you, Molly, but I don't have other opportunities like that in my life very often. And so it has been this really neat passion project. And, to everybody's point, like we didn't really have like an end date in mind. And now things have, started to move around. Lots of exciting things are happening. And we'll talk a bit about that for sure before, we say goodbye. But I mean, if
Yeah.
anything, it's been a catalyst, maybe even like almost like
Oh,
right. It's
such a
helped our
good word.
creative juices to
Yeah.
kind of, to help us. It was a nice holding spot. It was this, like, oh, we can still get to do the thing we want to do, but it also like let us know where the edges were. Like, oh, this isn't quite enough in this space. Oh, I'm really passionate about these other things. And so it like just let us like tread water for a little while until we figured out, hey, because listen, the three of us, let's be honest, like we are movers and shakers
F
in
yeah.
our field, right? We really are. And sometimes we need a space to hold so that our energy isn't going out in all these million directions with like untethered, because
Yeah.
that's exhausting. We're going to burn out. We're going to go into, freeze, depression, anxiety, whatever it might be. And for me, this has been a really nice holding space to just allow me to like gather my like passion back and
I love
say,
it.
oh, now I know what my next steps are moving forward or what I want to
I
try.
I agree with that. And the other thing, I mean, I'll go into what I'm doing now, but it's like making me think so much about myself. And I'm very, very humiliation resistant. Like I would rather, instead of instead of being publicly humiliated, I'd rather like just roll up and die. And in that way, I sometimes can be over controlling and over planning. And actually, Molly, as you're saying it, I'm like, we actually didn't have any plan for this show. Literally,
Mhm.
we were like all doing like one of our old or your one of our podcasts. And I was like, one of us was like, we should have a podcast where we like talk about this. And that was
Yeah.
like it. And then we like did it.
Yeah.
And we didn't really have we didn't have any plan. We were like, let's just talk. Remember?
Yeah.
And like, I think that like from the eating disorder part of me, like that's really exciting. And then we just like did that. And now we're like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do something else. Maybe we'll come back to who knows? You know, it's really
Yeah,
beautiful.
who
It is.
knows?
It's a
Exactly.
who knows? What
No,
about
I
you,
think
Clarice?
yeah, for me, I just feel like this stretched me in like the best possible ways because I think I talked about a lot of things that I still maybe held some shame around that I hadn't really publicly spoken about. And it felt like this was like a safe space to practice talking about it. And I think I feel like doing this show over the last year has actually made me a better therapist too. And just like, being able to take down the expert mask sometimes that we wear, which does keep us so safe, but maybe also keeps us other than the client. And, hearing from listeners and the things they're struggling with, which are just also human and all things that we've all apparently struggled with, every single thing, right? That they said, it just really made this field feel like it needs to be more accessible, like it needs to be more compassionate, like it needs to be less rigid, less expert and like client based for me anyways. And that I think has really helped me become a better clinician.
Mm, that's so beautiful. Yeah, it softened me in a lot of ways. Yeah. I mean, I can't say it enough, you guys. Like I was such a mess when we started. Like, and so
Well,
in a
and we've
way,
been
it's just like,
through,
yeah, and like when the only person you can compare is yourself to yourself, I feel like a different person than a year
right?
ago. And
And
like
that's it. How many things do we actually go through in a year if we think about all the things that each of us went through in 1 year, right? Whether it's like relationships or like, getting a puppy, then maybe the puppy's gonna die. My mom was sick with cancer and now she's better. Like that's
right.
in 1 year, right? And like, but yet we tell ourselves, oh, we should just be able to do recovery, no problem. Like, well, and that's the lie, right? That's the
Right.
big
Like no
lie that
matter
it's
what.
right.
Right.
It's like life is tough and we're gonna go through tough things. And it can be easier if we have people to talk about the tough things with rather than try to go it alone. And we're not going to do it right all of the time. And that's okay.
Yeah, it's just compassion. I love it. I mean, I do love this show so much. I'm so sad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, should we talk about what, so we should probably let people know like our reasoning behind this, like what's happening behind the scenes, maybe that people don't have a lot of information about, sweet sobriety. While we are technically like 5 years old, we're turning 3 as far as like public facing. And
Mm.
Clarissa and I have talked about what we want 2026 to look like. We've spent a lot of years and a lot of time working with others, for others, propping other people up, trying to move, the whole diagnosis thing forward, creating a conference that has now, gone twice as its own entity, 3 times total, since we started all of this. And so yeah, we got to have an exciting conversation about, where do we want to take the field, where do we want to take sweet sobriety next, where do we want to go? And in doing that, like you were saying, Molly, like saying yes to something means we have to say no to something else. And if we're always saying yes to food shrinks, then what are we saying no to? And not that food shrinks isn't valuable and important and like really changing for all of us, but like is that the thing that's going to sustain us? And so Clarissa, do you want to talk a little bit about where we're going, what we're
Yeah,
doing?
so we are right now, we're really excited. We're working on our liberation modules, which are just more modules, which are kind of like we have our foundations modules, which are based on like what food addiction recovery looks like. And then our liberation modules are going to be like the next level of recovery. So very little talk about the food. It's more about the trauma. It's more about some embodiment. It's more about nervous system, just another layer of healing and coping tools, I think, and skills that will help people who are working to heal their relationship with food, body, and self. And then with that, we are going to start running retreats. And so we don't have everything completely finalized yet, but our first one's going to be in May. And so we're going to be, stay tuned, and we're going to be letting people know about that. And we're going to be, it's kind of going to be like launching these liberation modules in retreat with community. We're really excited about that.
I love that.
Yeah, tell us, Molly, because we know you have several things
Oh,
Well, I
going
just
on.
also want to say, first of all, I want to say, I'm really reminded of that thing that people say that like you're the amalgamation of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Have you guys ever heard that one?
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
really, really matters who you spend time with because
Yeah.
we're doing such similar things, and
Yeah.
I love it. And I love it. And I just also want to say I'm so incredibly happy for you guys because I've not been quiet about it behind the scenes, but like I'm so glad that you guys are just owning your stuff and not, carting around other people's stuff. It makes me so happy. Like, because that's really who you are. And talk about embodiment, right? And talk about stepping into your power, you know, and not being the assistants. It makes me, I'm just so
Oh,
happy.
thank you.
I'm just
Because it's
so happy.
scary ASF.
Yeah.
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 We're
That's why
very much
nobody does it.
comfortable in
Why
the
nobody
comfort
does
world.
it, Queens.
Yeah.
This is why everybody stays small. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So yeah, like
Mhm.
if Food Shrink has to go for this, that's fine. So like, so this podcast has changed me so much in my capacity to know my own truth and tell the truth. And 3 years ago, I would just got this. 10 years ago, I got this note for breaking up with sugar, and then I wrote it 10 years later. 3 years ago, I got this note about like you guys know, like I just live this really enormous spiritual life, but I feel like people don't quite understand what a spiritual life is and they balk at it. And I just had this idea about a little podcast, like a little 10 or 15-minute podcast to just hold someone's hand and help them to shift what they think during the day.
Mm.
And but I had it. I tried it on Instagram a couple of times, but I'm really bad at that. So anyway, and so then in July, this friend of mine who I used to work with him podcasting was like, "Do you want to get back in the podcasting game?" He wanted me to start my old podcast again, What You're Craving. And I was like, never. But I have this idea. And he's like, I want to work with you on it. I don't want you just to put that on my channel. I want to work with you on it. I want to produce that with you. I want to be partners with you. And I was like, okay. So I just started this podcast called The Daily Ascent, and it's 5 days a week. Every day, Monday through Friday, you get a little bite-sized spiritual conversation with me. And it's not spiritual. It's like food tricks. Like I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you what's going on with me. We're gonna look at a cute little spiritual reading. I'm gonna give you a word of the day and a question to think about, and then we'll be on our merry ways. And it is getting such beautiful accolades. And Mal, I'm scared as schluff. I'm like, why am I doing this?
But I will say this, Molly, when you used to have your podcast, What You Were Craving, and you did your solo episodes, those were always my favorite. I feel
Oh,
probably
say
like
more. No, I'm just
your
kidding.
favorites, right? Is like, I think that's probably what like people really enjoyed listening. Yes, the expert,
Yeah.
but
Well, what
it's
I
like
also,
where you shine.
but like, I had these dark 3 years, and I've talked about it so much on the show. And like, I just want to say, like, I had to make peace with the idea that I would never be inspired again. And maybe just writing Breaking Up with Sugar was it. And like, I really did. And then I just got these two like infused ideas. And I am feeling like, so I'm so busy right now, but I'm so grateful because I prayed for every single busyness that I have right now. And the other idea or the other thing I'm launching, and I just actually launched it, I don't know, yesterday, but beta tested it, is like, you guys, like, I'm like, Food Shrinks taught me anything. It's like, I cannot talk about food for one more minute. It's orthorexic. I can't do it.
Yes. Yes.
And so I created this new program, and it's a 12-week program, but it's like an open enrollment that's called the Stop Starting Over System. And I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, it is the finest work I have ever created. And it's
Mm.
attracting the most beautiful, serious people. And I'm so psyched about it. I'm just beta testing it now. I'm going to open enrollment in December on the 8th. And I'm psyched. And you guys are right. We can't do all the things, but I really want to always try.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
like, and that's like my stuff. Like,
Yeah.
thank God you guys said, Molly, I don't think we can do this. And I was like so mad. And then I sat and I was like, no, they're really right.
Yeah.
You guys have become
Yeah.
really such great friends, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah, well, the thing is like I'm gonna miss it, right? Like I'm gonna miss our once a week chats, and I mean, granted, there's always like chatter in the WhatsApp group, but like getting on screen and
I know.
seeing each other's faces and eyeballs, like I'm
Mhm.
gonna miss that, and there it's so beautiful though that we even get to miss something like that.
Mhm.
It
And
really
how we're
means
ending
there's
it. Like, we're ending it by
yeah,
missing it, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Not ending it by resenting it, not ending it being
No.
like, "Ugh, those girls." And I've ended things like that before, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I just want to teach everybody there's like all sorts of ways to end things. This is ending with such a beautiful bow, right? Right out the front
Mhm.
door. No shame,
Yeah.
just beautiful
No, absolutely.
stuff.
And the other thing it taught me too is like, hello, like it the three of us, like there's not you put something like this in front of us, like you said, like we had a few conversations, we made it happen.
We
Here
went
we are.
through each
Maybe we didn't
other.
have the forethought when we
Yeah.
first started to be like, oh, what is like our direction and where we but we there was a need. We all had a need, and we
Mhm.
recognized a need in the people that we were working with, and we wanted to fill that gap. And now that we've kind of sat in it for a while, you've come up with right, you have that direction as to how you can start to do that. So
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
food drinks healed me, right? So thank you for listening, but like also this therapy has been amazing for me.
Yeah.
But like
Thank you
it's
for
really
helping us.
inspired like what you guys have taught me and just even how we talk and like my favorite I love all of our episodes. Like my episodes when somebody is like, is it okay to start over? And all three of us are like, oh my God, we love you. Please stop thinking that way. You're so lovable. Like, I feel like that inspired both of these projects that I've started. Like,
Yeah.
enough
Yeah.
already. Like, let's get you empowered again. Like, I don't know even if I realized the depths of this thing till we all started talking.
Right.
Yeah.
And then definitely the comments and like a bit of like the feeling of like desperation and like still the I'm the problem.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like, I'll just trust anybody. No, it's like,
Yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
trust yourself first. Like, let's get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh goodness. So yeah. So does anybody have anything else? I feel like
I
maybe
think
we
we
should
did
let
it.
people know where they can find us.
Yeah,
Because yeah.
I love that. I'll go first. So
Yeah.
I'm like pretty big on Instagram at Molly Carmel. And so come there and mollycarmel.com. My website's like a little sad right now, but it's not going to be sad in beginning of December. So come check it out. And Daily Ascent is on every single platform and on YouTube. So I'm so excited if anybody has any thoughts or feelings about it. And I'll be having sort of hour-long calls if anybody's interested in joining that Stop Starting Over program, and you can sign up for that on my website. And I'd just be so excited to talk to any of our listeners, to be honest. Such a pleasure.
Amazing. Yeah. Clarissa, you want to tell everybody where they can find us?
Yeah, well, I think the best place is probably www.sweetsobriety.ca is where we're going to be posting everything about the retreat. Our modules are going to be coming up there. Join our email list and you'll get notifications before pretty much anyone else. We also have a Facebook group that you can join on there. We have an Instagram account. We probably don't post on it as much as we should, but
No,
again,
We're about to have time. We're about to
yeah, we're
have
we
about
got
to
a
have
time and
whole
energy.
2 hours a week.
It's true. It's
all
true. And
this
those
free
links
time
are,
we have now.
yeah. And
Wait,
those links are right on
also,
the website. Yeah.
Your retreats. Do recall, listener, the episode of Molly and Clarissa traveling because that seems really fun to go on a retreat with you guys.
Oh yeah, and
We are a good
it's
time.
gonna be fun. This
I
isn't we're not
bet.
gonna be like sitting in groups and
Right.
like,
Like
you
just
know,
watching the blackboard.
yeah,
No.
writing down the prescription to
Right. Here
recover.
is the food I can
Yeah.
eat. I don't think that's your guide. No, I don't think that's your.
No,
No.
all I've got to say is there's a big hot tub too in
Oh
there.
my, well, I mean,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
I'm coming. That's all.
You can come. We've got like 10 or 11 beds or
Oh my
something.
God,
We've
that's
got,
so
we've
fun,
got
you
some
guys.
space.
I love it. I love it. I love you guys. This has
Yeah,
been such a
so
wonderful,
good.
wonderful
Yeah.
thing. And it's on
We
our end,
love you
but
too. We love you.
yeah.
And everybody, don't forget, you
Yes.
can still find us on Food Junkies podcast. And Clarissa and I do have a once a month
Clinic
segment,
corner.
Clinicians Corner, where we chat about these kind in a different way, but we do talk about similar things sometimes. So
And we want to let everyone know we last year did such a good series on the holidays and
Yeah.
like Thanksgiving and Christmas and what to do about this. So we can put some of those links even in these show notes, but
Yep.
we can be posting some of these as well, probably in the Facebook groups as the holidays come up. But those are all on YouTube, and there's a
Yeah. Just
lot
to
of
note, the podcasts we did are incredible, but you guys, we literally spent 3 hours making special YouTube videos
bonus
all
YouTube.
about your questions for the holidays. So like those are evergreen. I was just watching them. They are so helpful, so good. And so, you can be with us forever.
Yeah.
We're with you forever. And we're
that's
going to
right.
be friends forever.
Yeah.
So
So there
That's
you
it.
go.
Yeah. There you
that's
go.
it.
Yeah, that's
All
it.
right.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
We will
Okay. Well,
see
then
you
that's
all
it.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Food Shrinks. Quick reminder, this podcast isn't a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider for guidance suited to your needs. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to help us reach others on the recovery journey. Take care and remember, freedom with food is possible. See you next time.